Call of Duty is like one that I personally love, and I've only ever got to work in the esports of Call of Duty once, which was at the Esports World Cup last year. And it was such like a big moment for me personally because there are still players playing now that were playing when I was like really heavily obsessed in the whole like optic phase like community. Like I was team optic and I was like super into it, and still am, and I still watch it. So actually being able to get involved in that esport at like a major level as well, because the Esports World Cup is the Esports World Cup, right? And the prize pool's huge and we have all the best players there, but there are players that are playing now that were playing back then. So it was actually quite a cool full circle moment that I got to interview a few of them. And that was really exciting for me. Uh, and then I guess esports for me are as good as the players kind of allow it to be. There are some esports that I'll get involved in, and the players just don't want to be interviewed and they're not made to interview, which I think is a bit of a travesty. I think that as a representative of an organization, as a player, you should want to be interviewed or want to do interviews. And I know that that sounds counterintuitive for a player because they're like, I want to focus on the game. But ultimately, you're still a representative of an organization and you want to show that organization in the best light. And ultimately, that organization wants to get the most screen time they physically can. So if you're turning down interviews, um, I just see that as a bit, I don't know, it's a bit of a cop out. And I think that there are players and individuals and organizations in certain esports that really relish the interview process and really get involved in the media stuff that they do prior to the tournament starting. And those are the esports that I love. So like I've had a few really great experiences in PUBG with that, some really great experiences with some mobile games like Brawl Stars and Clash of Clans, some of those games that I've worked with, from the beginning. And I think that those are the best ones. So, there's a team that's just been signed by Falcons who were Sonics, which is, Tiggleton and Shrimsy. Those guys that play, they're great at being interviewed. Obviously, FaZe at PUBG as well. Jeans, he's great at being interviewed and they love it. And I think that elevates the broadcast so much when they're willing to really like poke fun at themselves, poke fun at their rivals, have a bit of banter, and just really enjoy the process rather than fighting back and fighting against it. Only makes you look awkward as a player and also just doesn't make your organization look great. It doesn't put them in the right light, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I completely understand because with Call of Duty, I always feel like that's like the holy grail of player personalities.